Alright, this is the last video I'm going to be recording in this set, and this might never actually make it to air. I don't know, because Chaos Odin banner has been released on Global, and I've talked about this and I wanted to get this video out sooner this week, but time constraints, man. Don't always have time to do everything in a day. So Chaos Odin, Chaos Odin, Chaos Odin. That's effectively what we're talking about today, and it should probably be Chaos Odin down here. Maybe we just kill no, we don't kill Eliza, but Chaos Odin. Alright, so this is a major big deal for the game, in the sense that it's a 90 cost Esper, and the last time a 90 cost Esper came out was Bahamut. And Bahamut both was a very strong vision card as well as a very, very strong Esper. Matter of fact, Bahamut was... how would you say it? Would you say that it was effectively kind of essential if you ever wanted to run a mage? I mean, Bahamut, yeah, sure, the vision card is strong, but the real thing here was the Esper. Looking at Bahamut as an actual Esper, pretty clear that he's just really good universally. And yes, there is SP here. I hope someone crazy out there comment like, spend your SP, Umbra. I can play unoptimally and still win a lot of matches. That's how strong we are some days. Anyway, this Esper was effectively just a... yeah, you want to run a mage? Oh, you have a new mage. Who should you train it with? Probably Bahamut first. A lot of stats, a lot of speed. Really has been absolutely great in terms of that. Before that, Odin, who came out, who was effectively just a throw on any sword character, or mostly any character, just because of how strong Odin was. Now we find ourselves in a similar situation again. This time with everybody's favorite palette swap. I mean, I know he kind of just has an aura, but I'm going to call it a palette swap for the sake of this video. But yeah, Odin the palette swap. Is he worth a large amount of resources? My answer is maybe. And I know that kind of sucks. Here's the thing. There are going to be banners in the future that are like 2k paid, or maybe slightly more paid, that you'll eventually have a chance to just luck getting this card off of. If you have the amount of resources and you are just gung-ho on it, then fine. So be it, kind of thing. But this is essentially the Esper stats. He's a really good evasion Esper kind of thing, but the way I would put Chaos Odin in terms of a Esper is just effectively a premium Esper. You know, whether you're building a human killer or you're effectively getting this, this Esper to make sure that you build an evasion Esper. That's essentially it. He is only ever going to be used for evasion characters, and if you are all in on evasion characters, then that's exactly what you are going to be very happy with this Esper. But that being said, he is kind of just a luxury, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, Chaos Odin is a luxury. You do not need to have him. You can just get him eventually, and it's just a nice thing. He isn't game breaking in terms of his stats or what he can really do for an Esper attack. The nice thing he does with an Esper attack is up the chances of poison, so he's very useful for a ton of different characters, both past, present, and future. But again, there are other Espers you can currently use. If you already have Odin, that's kind of the more important Esper that you need. And really, again, I want to say this, most important thing about this is the vision card. The vision card is just so important for ice parties and water parties going forward. It is a ton of attack power. It is a ton of extra HP. It's a lot of extra stats for those two elements, as well as potentially human killer and an HP boost on certain characters. And who doesn't want that? That's just strong with strong and more strong. For people who are going to get Astoria and 100% build Astoria, and he's just going to be the character your account is focused around, it might actually be worth, seriously trying for this card. But if you're not 100% certain, if Water and Ice is something that you have no intention of building anytime in the future, absolutely skip this. I mean, even if you were just a Ice only or Water only, then it's just iffy. This Vision card is the really important thing that you're getting off of this. So remember, if you're getting this, unlike a lot of Esper cards, you need to get the shards to max this Vision card. This isn't like a debatable thing. You need to have this maxed and get it done, and relatively in the future as well. And you kind of need the resources to go for maybe Astoria, maybe Barris. Well, not Barris, because he's not so much of a physical unit. So how about Eliza? You're kind of just effectively, like, if you had to go all the way to Pity on this, that's going to eat up and tie up a ton of your resources, and you kind of need to get these future characters that are so good in these elements. You need to make sure that your Titus is going to be, fully maxed and everything in the future. With a 6-star or 1-star Brotherhood, you're going to need the Titus necklace. You're going to need to make sure that your Titus is just tippity top notch to really get the most out of the Vision card. Water and Ice have really potential high power in the future with dual Vision cards and Vision cards like this. So yeah, or Aranea fans too. There's so many different characters that will benefit from this, but you kind of need to have those kind of accounts, those kind of characters for this to be reasonable to potentially get. For light and dark people, there's just not enough of an investment worthy of a Chaos Odin. At least not a 40k or 36k or whatever the K pity it is on global right now. So just to sum up, Chaos Odin. Don't think he is worth it for very specific accounts, but the Vision card specifically, as for the Esper, just a luxury and a nice little bonus that comes with this super card. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.